and I'm really looking forward to hearing him. Dan Souza.
Oh, all right. Good. First of all, this is making me really nervous. So. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Hi, everybody. As we sit here on the final edge of our high school career, ready to flip the page and end this chapter in our lives, it is easy to say that we will simply fold a corner of the page, come back often, and every character in our lives will always be there. But this is not what good stories are made out of. Good stories have a hero who marches forward despite the emotional consequences faced at the end of each chapter. Not every member of the team can stick around until the end of the quest, but each is crucial in the development and progress of the hero. It is important to continue moving forward, yet equally important to appreciate that the universe has just handed you such a great chapter in your life. This is not going to be the climax in the story that is your life, but hopefully this has been one incredible exposition. Take time today to thank all of the people who played roles in the exposition of your life, and even further appreciate those friends who may even see you through to the end. That being said, there's a lot to look forward to. When asked to reflect on your time at Sturgis, you will likely answer that it was tough or challenging. Some of you will say that at points you could barely stand Sturgis. But after this, you will probably then say that it was worth it, and that if you had not battled the monsters you faced in high school, the novel of which is your life would never have been so compelling. The antagonistic forces which you face in this chapter of your epic are the ones which turned you into the person you are, and have helped you to prove why you are worth rooting for. And so you have been defined by the challenges which you faced throughout high school. If I have learned anything from Sturgis, it is that one of the greatest things that can happen to any human being is that they care so much about something that they can occasionally no longer bear it. Sturgis has helped so many of us in the way that we have found something that we love, something that we aren't going to just settle for, something that we will pull our hair out over until we finally achieve our goal. Sturgis has shown us all the beauty of emotional distress and passion when they merge. And this merging is when your story will really begin. This is when the hero finds their direction, and when you become that hero. I'm equally pleased to say that I have watched how this has helped my peers grow throughout high school. Hopefully, we will all be able to enter and experience the rest of our lives with something that makes our blood boil due to the burning desire to achieve it. I hope that you feel these emotions of fiery desire often. But some of us haven't found our passion, and that can feel scary. We don't all know the internal reason or even the external reason that we are working for on our quests. One of the most frightening things is going into the world being expected to change it, but still having no idea how exactly to go about doing that. Some of you may not have a clue what you want to do in the workforce or what you want to do with your college experience. Some of you think you know what you want to do, but will for some reason change your mind in the near future. With all this considered, it isn't easy to find what you feel emotionally destined to do, what your narrator, the universe, has in store for you. Many of you will likely be surprised by life after high school, and as a result, you may no longer want to affect it in the way that you had originally planned. And that's scary. But there is some safety in all these facts. My time at Sturgis has made me feel safe because whether I am destined to change the universe in any particular fashion, or whether there is no real plan for me and I'm going to have to improvise as my life goes on, I have at least been prepared by friends and mentors who knew what they were doing. That being said, the risk of the real world is that you may not have a clear path, no easily distinguishable route from point A to the point B, which will hopefully help you leave your mark in human history. Your plot may be more convoluted than others, but Sturgis has shown you how to work through the moments of uncertainty, where you weren't quite sure you could make it to the end. The class of 2015 is a remarkable one, filled with leaders and champions whose stories I know will amaze us. But we have been helped along the way by teachers who are willing to bring us to the limits of our abilities. These 100-some-odd students are pushed to follow their ambitions by their teachers, friends, and all members of the Sturgis community. and I have experienced this firsthand. When I was a sophomore acting for the Sturgis Theater Guild, I was one day approached by Mrs. Olenyoung. When she approached me, I had just been busy bragging about the lead role I had been given in the spring production. Classic me. What she said to me was this: "Dan, I am going to push you really hard, and sometimes you aren't going to like it, but I'm going to push you." And she did, and she was right, because sometimes I didn't like it at all. But it was something I needed, and something we all needed as we embarked on this treacherous journey through Sturgis, the IB, and some of the most formative years of our adolescence. Because we have been surrounded by such a supportive community over the past 4 years, we have repeatedly challenged ourselves to the point where we felt uncomfortable. But it was because our teachers and peers were counting on us to push back, to become stronger, to answer this question for ourselves: is what I'm doing really worth it? I know that many of you will answer this question with a hearty yes, and you will continue to say yes throughout your lives. On my last day as an official Sturgis student, I would like to thank the people here for helping me realize that it was never about being able to do everything, and that it was about finding what I feel happy doing. What Sturgis stands for, to me, is the foundation of passion, and the opportunity to build and grow from that which we feel in our hearts. Without our friends or the support of our teachers, there is no possibility that we would have been able to get to this page. Had we not been given this support, it is quite possible that our stories would never have developed like they have, and would be utterly dull and boring. Thankfully, they most certainly were not. Because many of us were introduced to the driving forces of our plots. We were introduced to our passions. Sturgis taught me what passion is. Passion is not characterized by what you are naturally good at, not by the feeling of being able to do something with ease, but it is so much more characterized by the willingness to persevere and to strive for success despite the fact that something is hard. Passion is when you know you probably won't be able to do something, and the odds of success are nearly 1,000,000 to 1. But you try anyways. You try as hard as you can, and sometimes you have to try so hard that you get angry or frustrated or even sad, because what you are so passionate about no longer comes easily. But you don't care, because the only reason you are irritated is because you want to succeed so badly. And that is something we all need. The passion and determination of my peers has inspired me throughout these years, and I am thankful for that. It lifts my spirits to think about Jacob Toby sitting in the booth during Sturgis baseball games, providing his electric commentary. Or to think about Jack Waters' magical stories flying off of his fingertips as he sits at his computer exhausted, still trying to perfect his masterfully composed scripts. To see Gracie Rogers' intensity on the volleyball court, or to see Galen McDonald empty his heart into his drawings. It inspires me to think about Peter Keith, who originally was not even cast in the spring production for stage last year, but who also quickly committed himself to being the best he could be. And within a few months, he was later able to deliver an exhilarating professional performance as one of the lead roles in A Midsummer Night's Dream. The dedication that all of you exemplify should be noted, because while we may not all share the same specific interests, we can all relate to the enthusiasm we feel in our various pursuits. All of these people got to where they were because they were willing to work through their setbacks and remain loyal to their goals. It has been a pleasure to watch all of you transform and to find something that you're willing to challenge yourselves for. No matter how many scary dragons, evil witches, emotional struggles, or academic challenges these lion-hearted students face, they forge on until they reach their goals. And this quality exists within every one of my classmates. The extent to which all of these students have grown is brilliant. And that is because they all happen to be brilliant people. Moving forward, my main advice is to keep looking for things that make you feel upset from time to time. If you were truly affected by it, then it might matter to you. To my classmates, teachers, and all members of the Sturgis community, I challenge you to keep looking to grow, and to keep looking for something that matters to you. Whether you've already found it, or you're looking for one, I encourage you to challenge your limits once in a while. Be the hero you know you were meant to be. Make the mark you want. And above all, be excellent to one another. Signed, sincerely, lovingly, thankfully, dramatically, creatively, and of course, grammatically, your friend, Daniel Souza.